Nothing quite like district football on a Friday night. Second big week of rivalry games this season here on the Suncoast. Buckle up those chin straps, folks. Friday football fever is now. Hello everyone, Trevor DeGroat with you, welcoming you in once again to Friday Football Fever presented by our friends at Ingman Marine. The districts are in full throttle for week 6 and all 6 teams in Class 7A District 11 got after each other tonight. We start off in Palmetto, where the Tigers look to stay unbeaten in the district play against the Lakewood Ranch Mustangs, who are very desperate for their own victory. Anyone will do. Palmetto quarterback Jason Spicer gets things started in style. Superman dive into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. Home crowd likes it. Tigers up 7-zip. Now watch him scramble. Spicer breaking tackles left and right, dodging guys left and right. But he finally gets the ball out into the hands of number 30, Elijah Davis, for the Tiger first down. Best Tim Tebow impression. Palmetto knocking on the door, but Johnny Jones flips and fumbles. Mustangs recover on the 2-yard line. Lakewood Ranch gets the ball and saves another touchdown, but they couldn't do anything with it offensively. Spicer rolls out and takes it himself on the QB scramble into the open field. It's 14-0 Palmetto. Very happy homecoming for the Tigers students at halftime. Second half, Spicer on fire tonight, connects with Isaiah Washington for 6 more. The Tigers go on to trounce the Stangs 23-0. So Palmetto goes to 5-1. Defense was a major factor once again, as evidenced by it, a shutout. But Jason Spicer's transition to quarterback is flourishing right now. Our own Lyndon Blake was at the game and caught up with head coach Dave Marino afterwards.
No doubt. I mean, if you watch tonight, he sits in the pocket and he delivers some pinpoint accurate balls. And he's just, like I said, he's seeing the field. Our offensive line is doing a great job protecting for him. They're doing a great job opening up holes in our run game, which is allowing some open windows for him to throw into. So it's a collective team effort, and they're really growing as an offense.
Venice also seeking a 2-0 district record and remain unbeaten against the Sarasota Sailors. First play, Matt LaRoche has been an absolute machine on the ground this year, folks, and on the first play from scrimmage goes 33 yards to midfield. Look at him, he's like Barry Sanders out there. Later in the drive, goes outside, pops back in, scores just over a minute into the game. Indians up 7-0. Sailors counter with a methodical drive, running the football with freshman Trayvon Hall. This 6+ minute drive ends with this. Quarterback Brian Gagg hits Derek DuBose wide open for the TD, tied at 7. But then, second quarter, LaRoche, I'm just speechless. In the Wildcat formation, bumps to the outside, down the sidelines he goes, and off into the distance. I can't even catch up with him. I was shooting this game. 82 yards for the score. Tribe finding a rhythm, keeps flowing with Bryce Carpenter diving for another 6. Venice stays sharp. They bludgeon the Sailors 49-13. Braden River Pirates hosting Northport. Final game for Kurt Bradley's team before they clash with Venice in 2 weeks. Mark your calendars. Bobcats running back Octavius Cummings makes the kickoff return, pushes through that Pirates return team, or that kickoff team, I should say, before being taken down to the 50-yard line. Impressive return. Devin Allen at quarterback completes a pass to C.K. Poulos for a first down. Unfortunately, Allen hesitates a bit before being brought down by that Pirates D, leading to a turnover on downs. Now it's Pirates quarterback Louis Colosimo. Big play, big pass play, complete to Knowledge McDaniel deep downfield inside the 10. Very next play, it's Colosimo handing it off to Raymond Thomas. Great to see him back running the football nicely. 38-0 Pirates dominate the Bobcats. Big Coral Bay Conference game in the SSAC for both Out-of-Door Academy and Bradenton Christian. Let's get to it. Panthers had their way early. Kevin Iteni here on the sweep, takes it in for a Bradenton Christian touchdown. Then some serious cutbacks from Panthers QB Dominic Oteni, having himself a good year, sets up another Bradenton Christian TD. But hey, don't count the Thunder out yet. 80-yard touchdown strike to Colin Castro, ODA in business. And then onside kick here by the Thunder. Make a little noise. They recover on a perfect hop, gives them the ball. But Panthers would have a huge second half. They catapult themselves to a 40-22 victory over their rival. And now we head a few blocks over to St. Stephen's, taking on the Keswick Christian Crusaders, also in the SSAC. Beautiful night for football. Falcons came out hot. Ace Merle pounds his way into the end zone for the first quarter TD. Wasn't just the offense, though. Defense all over the Crusaders' run game. Big stop here. Keswick got their fair share of big plays on defense, too. Quarterback sack here. Nice job by them. But the Falcons just were too much, guys. It was just amazing how they were just able to run the ball. They just dominated this game from start to finish. St. Stephen's comes off their bye week nicely. 48-0 win at home over Keswick Christian. Now we get to some scores from around the area. Manatee dominant, back to their old stomping grounds at home. Doing a nice job getting back on track, 57-7. They remain unbeaten in 8A District 6. Cardinal Mooney, how about this win? 42-35. Drew Lascari's got that program in the right direction. They have a winning record right now, beating Calvary Christian 42-35. We'll take a break here for the next few moments, but don't you worry, we got more highlights coming up straight ahead. Did Charlotte continue their perfect campaign in impressive fashion? And who won between Booker and Bayshore in 5A? More Friday Football Fever straight ahead. Welcome back to Friday Football Fever. Still got some games to get to show you, so let's get to it. We head down south to Charlotte, where the Tarpons hosted Island Coast, the Gators. First play of the game, quarterback D. Hicks rolls to his right, and he's going to heave it. A 48-yard bomb to Billy Ritter. Nice job beating the defender right there. A couple plays later, Malik Williams gets the toss. Easy jog into the end zone right there, 7-0 Charlotte. Now tied 7-7. Malik Williams starts to step on the gas pedal. Gets the handoff, cuts to his left, and forget about it. 54 yards for the touchdown. Tarpons regain the lead 14-7. After another score, 7-yard line, no problem for Williams again. Pounds his way, 28-7. No stopping their dominance. Tarpons smack around the Gators. 63-20 is the final score. Hey, Booker and Bayshore each desperate for their first victory in Bradenton. Both teams try to get on the scoreboard, but it's Booker who strikes first, 4 yards out, run up the gut, dive for the goal line. They're up 6-zip. Bruins offense trying to move downfield. Quarterback Ryan O'Neal keeps himself showing a dual threat ability, but only gains a couple, forced to punt. Booker now back on offense. Quarterback Arthur Brandley. Oh, Talik Keaton can't hold on. Oh, hangs his head. Shake it off, pal. Incomplete, missed opportunity. Bruins didn't have a lot of success tonight, but running back Michael Alexander, look at him showcase his strength. Some impressive runs here for the young man. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Bayshore does get some points, but unfortunately, Booker ends up with the victory. That's what's important, 28-6, the final. Some other scores to get to. Looks like we have no scoreboard, unfortunately, for us. We do have a couple of games we'll keep an eye on. Lemon Bay was, unfortunately, did not win tonight against Hardy, and I believe Southeast won tonight. We're also going to keep an eye on the Port Charlotte game for you. We'll have that hopefully momentarily. But when Friday Football Fever returns, we'll break down some of the games with Herald Tribune sports writer Doug Fernandez. Stick around. Welcome back to Friday Football Fever. Herald Tribune sports columnist and proud Mizzou alum, Doug Fernandez. I got you
that,
the New
that
Bedford
I
stuff.
will say.
I figured you'd be
Mizzou
more proud of that.
exactly.
But, yeah, I got to give you the home roots, man. Just
Please do it.
You know. Let's talk about some of these games tonight. I know you had Booker Bayshore, and these two teams really tough years already, and they finally got something going. They got wins in a lot of areas. Bayshore got points, and Booker, though, got the much-needed victory.
Yeah, I call this the Something's Gonna Give Bowl.
Exactly.
0-4 against 0-3. Booker just did enough to win. Jamal Benson had a couple of touchdown runs. Brantley had a touchdown pass. First win for Booker, and also first win as Dumac Atkins head coach at Booker. Bayshore, you know, you can go back to 2003. They haven't had a winning season. They had some chances, but just couldn't come through. Nice crowd up there, but, you know, give credit to Booker. They did when they had to.
Certainly good job. Congrats to Booker, of course. Bayshore got some more work to do for sure. We take a look at the Super 6 poll this week, and those two teams you see at the top, Doug, Venice and Braden River, they have their bye week next week. before their epic clash. Like we saw last year, it was all Braden River, but for now, I think Venice is the more dominant football team up and down the board.
If you look at some of the scores and who they're playing, I'd give the edge to Venice right now, but until they meet, you really can't say for sure. You know, Venice played Sarasota. Sarasota hung tough for a quarter. Then I checked the score, and they're down by 35 points.
Yeah.
Just really explosive offense for John Peacock.
Yeah, I was at Venice tonight. It was just fantastic. Sarasota actually laid out their first drive. They went over 6 minutes, take off over half the quarter, and they did a good job tying it. Their defense was holding tight, but then the second quarter came, and John Peacock found a way, and their defense tightened up, and the offense found a way with Bryce Carpenter, and Matt LaRoche is just an absolute train. He's insane.
And with Trey Burton on the sideline, I'm sure that Venice wanted to show an ex-alum that they're as good as they were then as they are now. So great win for Venice, and I'm looking forward to that matchup with Braden River.
Should be fun. Doug, thank you very much. That's all for Friday Football Fever this week, folks. Thanks for joining us.